Hi everybody! So this evening I was just going to share with you something that I do probably once or twice a year. I sit down and do just a whole big batch of little embellishments that I put in UTEE, and primarily this time it's going to be butterflies. And I use 3 punches for that. So there's the Martha Stewart punch that comes with, there's 3 stamps underneath here that match the size of the punch, but there's really only one of the stamps that I use, and it's just a contrasting outline that I'll show you on the back. The second one's a little EK Success punch for a butterfly, pretty simple. And then the third one is a real cheapo. I've had it forever, and it's probably my favorite butterfly punch because it's just tiny and it has lots of little detail on it. And if you'll forgive my movement, I'll show you what that looks like. So here's all my little cutouts before I've started embossing anything. And the one at the very left over there is just basically what I do is I take a piece of cardstock, paint it in little swatches of different colors, and then punch out a ton of butterflies in the different sizes. Then the 2 at the left, I just add on with gel pen afterwards some details like the center and the dots. And then the one on the big ones, those stamps I actually do first because it's the Martha Stewart one that's made to be punched out. And that's that contrasting stamp I was talking about that comes with the punch. So it's pretty cool. And then I just punch it out, and then afterwards sometimes we'll color in the antenna. I haven't done it on this one. And then instead of just leaving them flat, just grab like a little poker tool or something like that, and I use this to curl the wings of the butterfly down a little bit so that it gives it some dimension. So once I've done that, I just pop it into my melted UTEE, and as you'll see, I'm a cheapskate. Sorry I didn't buy the Ranger thing or whatever, but I found this at Big Lots for $6 and you can't beat it. And it works great. I've marked a little spot on the dial that tells me exactly where I need to turn it to make sure that it's at the melting temperature so it doesn't overheat, because UTEE does turn yellow very quickly. So if you're doing a batch of these, just one little tip is do your light colors first and then your dark colors afterwards, because then the yellow won't show as much, and that's when it tends to turn yellow anyway. Yeah, so you just dump in a few of them at a time and then pull them out and try to use, I just use like little wooden skewers for that. If anybody knows where to buy wooden, what do you call them? Tweezers. But like proper tweezers that are made of wood, I would so appreciate knowing where I can find those because I need some. But anyway, I just usually grab them out with a metal tweezer carefully afterwards. And this one came with a lid, and so I actually just set them on top of the glass lid. It's perfect because it's glass, and the UTEE doesn't stick to it. So you can let the little butterflies cool on there and let any runoff come off of it because it's sloped, and it works perfectly. So just doing a whole bunch of them, and I think they turned out amazing. So I really like the fact that I tried it with the Pearl X this time. I hadn't done that before. One other tip that I discovered during this, which I'd never done before, I ran out of my re-inker for my metallic silver stamp pad. And so instead I just used some embossing liquid and silver Pearl X to replenish the pad, and it actually worked perfectly. So another little tip, if you don't have a re-inker, it works great. That is it. Thanks so much for watching the video. If you guys want any more, there's a ton of videos out there that teach you how to do UTEE, so I didn't go into detail, but obviously if you have any questions about it, certainly leave me a note. And I just want to thank everybody. I've had so many people subscribe to my channel in the last 2 or 3 weeks, and I'm so grateful. Thank you very much for your interest and your feedback. It's amazing to know that people care about this stuff and are watching it, and it's really encouraging to hear your feedback, so thank you. So really quickly, here's just a shot of the little ones finished as well. I hadn't finished any, but when I was doing the original video. So here's a couple of them all done. Thanks.